Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962 starting our broadcasting day. And today, for your viewer enjoyment, we're going to be bringing you the Leica M light meter. Now, you've seen this light meter in a couple other photography videos that I have made. One about my favorite little bargain basement purchase, the Raleigh 35 for $114 on eBay, where the light meter didn't work, but everything else on the camera worked flawlessly. And then also, I believe I also featured this light meter in my Rolleiflex SL35M video. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about this light meter, and I found out that mine seems to be fully functional. I was out shooting with my Rolleiflex SL35M, like this guy right here, and squeeze him out. Okay, so yeah, I was out shooting with him, and I brought this meter along, and you can attach this light meter right to the camera hot shoe or cold shoe. So on a so this is a Leica Leica MC light meter, and made for a Leica M. And the Leica M had a on the speed shutter speed dial, there's like a little cutout in the dial, like a little notch. And this notch right here, I'll probably see it there, that little notch would feed into the notch on the shutter speed dial of the Leica M. And when you rotate this little dial over here on the side to tell the meter what shutter speed you're using, this little notch that goes into the notch on the shutter speed dial on the Leica M would actually set the speed of the Leica M shutter speed to whatever you happen to dial up here. So these numbers are all Leica M shutter speeds. So it doesn't have like a 125, it would have like a 100, and then 50, 25. So when we have like a 125 speed, we have to kind of like guess where it is. But I took this guy out shooting with my Raleigh 35 SL35M and found out that this is actually functional. I mean, this is a meter that was made quite some time ago. It has a selenium cell. There's no batteries in here. It's like this selenium cell is generating electricity from the light that it receives, and that's what's powering the light meter. And I knew it was reacting to the light, because you can see if I vary the light, like there on a bright light, the meter moves higher, and if I turn it down, the meter drops down. I can like completely block it here, and the meter will drop very low. So I knew it was reacting to the light, but I didn't realize that the meter was very close to reading accurately. I found this meter and the meter on my Rolleiflex SL35M to be about maybe one stop difference, if that much. Sometimes they were right on together, and it might be like a stop high or a stop low, but it was right there. It was very, very close. So, yeah, so for a size comparison, I have a 25-cent piece here. Let's get rid of that. And, yeah, so how does this meter work? Well, what you do is you set the ASA here. You can, like, turn this little dial right here, separate from this ring. And you can move it. So right now it's set at like 400, but we could, take and move it further. It's a little stiff, which is good. So here you can see that it's set. There's also readings over here, so now it's like closer to 100. So we could actually try to set this to 100. I'm not moving the whole thing. It's kind of good that it doesn't move very easy. It's just, yeah, anyway, so it's kind of close to 100 there. You can see it there in this window where it's set like very close to 100. It's like between 80 and 125 over here. This was at like 400, right? And then, so you set your film ASA, or you could, if you know the DIN rating, you could put the DIN rating right in there. And then you set what shutter speed you're going to be using. So let's say I'm going to be using like 1/250th of a second. Then I look at my light meter and I say, okay, where's my light meter falling? Well, the needle, okay, well, the needle of the light meter is going right over here to this part of the zebra stripe, and this part of the zebra stripe poking up at f5.6. So you'd be setting for 5.6. And there's two ways to use the meter. You can use it outdoors, and you would set it to the black setting here off of this dial, or you could use it indoors, and you would set it to the red setting. And when it's set to the red setting, you read off the red numbers here, and when it's set to the black setting, you read off the black numbers over here. And that's about it. That's the Leica Meter MC. And I bought this primarily as like a little conversation piece to stick on my Raleigh 35 that didn't have a meter. So when people ask me how do I set my readings if I don't have a meter that works, then I can say, well, I have this, but I didn't really think that this worked, and I just didn't want to explain, oh, I shoot Sunny 16, because that takes too long to explain. But we've done that in a different video. But I actually found out that this meter is outside is pretty darn accurate. I haven't taken it indoors and done any indoor shots with it. Maybe I'll try that next. But just thought you would like to see the Leica Meter MC, and kind of how the settings work, and you know, dialing in your film speed and setting the ASA, and then reading the meter here. And yeah, I was like I said, I you know, definitely knew that the meter was working, because I could see the meter react to light, right? Like if I'm on like a low light here, if I turn the light up, the intensity up, the meter goes up. Turn it down, the needle goes back down. So I knew the needle was responsive to light. I just didn't know how accurately it was responsive to light. And I was very, very shocked and surprised. Now, I also have, there's an attachment for this, and it's a larger selenium cell that slides in to the front of the meter. That's supposed to allow it to gather more light. These little contacts here slide into the meter here, and then this just sticks on the front of the meter, and it's supposed to allow it to grab more light, be sensitive to more light, give you more of an accurate reading when you're indoors. But unfortunately, mine doesn't seem to work. So maybe it's like a contacts issue. They look to have like a little greenish kind of oxidation on them. So maybe there's like some copper in those contacts, and that needs to be cleaned off in order for that to work. But we'll try that on like another video. So I think we'll end this video here. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.